Alright guys, here's what we know about Tony Robbins' new book, The Holy Grail of Investing. This is probably the shortest time between two Tony Robbins books, but of course no one seemed to know anything about his previous work from 2022, Life Force, until literally the millisecond it came out and people were breaking down the Barnes & Noble doors just trying to buy it. In that book, he really had a bone to pick with longevity and vitality, a topic he's been interested in for a while, but with the price of everything going up with no end in sight, it seems, the importance of being able to manage one's money cannot be understated today. So this is the third book in his apparent Financial Freedom Trilogy. And what do we know about it? In this video, I'm going to go over the cover, the Audible description, and when does this thing come out? Let's talk about it. Just so you guys know, there are affiliate links in the description, and if you buy anything through those links, like maybe this book, then I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I want to make self-growth normal, because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. Okay, so, starting off with the cover, nothing special here. Everyone and their mom, dad, Uncle Steve, pet kangaroo, and Toyota Camry is a #1 New York Times best-selling author. Here you have Tony Robbins' face that's inexplicably handsome for that of a 63-year-old, and how the smart money uses it. Is the smart money a group of people? Uses alternative investments to win in any market. The emphasis on alternative investments is something I don't think I've seen so much of in his previous books from the trilogy, like Unbreakable, amazing book. And I wonder if the people he interviewed, because let's face it, he doesn't do anything like this without deep dive interviewing like 50 people or more who are at the total top of their fields. Tony Robbins as an author has developed this habit of leveraging his otherworldly web of top tier connections to bring otherworldly top tier knowledge to the public. He has been accused of watering it down with advertising and pyramid scheme like paid promotions, but whether or not this is true, unless it saturates itself to the point of utter garbage, we gotta look at the bigger picture. The world's greatest inventors reveal their strategies for financial freedom. If I had $1 for every time, folks, I heard Tony Robbins use the word financial freedom, trust me, I'd be financially free. Christopher Zook is really mainly an author and business thinker, nothing totally crazy. And in the description, Robbins takes you on a journey to interview a dozen of the world's most successful investors in private equity, private credit, private real estate, and venture capital. They share their favorite strategies and insights in this practical guidebook. Okay, I suppose I was wrong about it. This time it's just a dozen, which can be a good thing, makes for more in-depth analyses. For decades, trillions of dollars in smart money has been making outsized returns using private equity, private credit, venture capital, and other alternative investments. Robbins teams up with the renowned private equity investor Christopher Zook, who it seems no one's... have you guys heard of him? I haven't myself. Founder of CAZ Investments, to sit down with more than a dozen of the world's greatest alternative investment managers, collectively managing over $500 billion on behalf of investors. Names like, I don't hear a lot about private equity, private credit, venture capital, and other alternative investments in Unshakable. I haven't listened to one of his books in a while other than Life Force, which isn't about investing at all. So this should be exciting. But let's go down to some of these names of people they interviewed for this. Robert Smith, founder of Vista Equity Partners. Smith is considered the most successful enterprise software investor of all time. Smart money is something I'm really interested in here, and I think newer investments that the more classic investors like Warren Buffett weren't interested in for a while are what he's very focused on given the times we live in, and I think of that when I hear enterprise software investing. But Vinod Khosla, hope I pronounced that right, founder of Khosla Ventures. Vinod Khosla is you notice how I switch from Khosla to Khosla because I'm so uncertain about it. He's considered a legend in venture capital. He is famous for turning a $4 million investment into a $7 billion windfall for his investors. Now this we have to hear the story behind. Michael Kim, the godfather of private equity in Asia. Kim has created the largest private equity firm in Asia. His astounding success for investors has also made him South Korea's wealthiest man. This is a true classic Robbins thing. He's like a total hype man, but he likes people who are at the top of the top, so whatever's been done, if anyone can do better, obviously it hasn't been done before, so whatever we can learn from that is what he's trying to share with us. Tony Robbins is probably like a master of what people would call in our day and age a knowledge reporter, someone who gets the best knowledge and reports it and just drives it. He might not be the best real estate investor of all time, but he's the type of guy who will be like, look, I've interviewed the 7 best real estate investors of all time, and I'm going to tell you exactly what all of them together had in common and the strategies they used. I would buy a book like that for sure if I were interested in becoming number 8. You know what I mean? In the Holy Grail of Investing, you will discover how to take advantage of the trillions flowing into private equity by becoming an owner of firms that actually manage the assets and share in the revenue they generate. I have a full-time job and a wife at home and a YouTube channel, and that's really a lot. If it's investing, hopefully it's like John Bogle used to say, instead of don't just stand there, do something, it should just be don't do something, just stand there. How to take advantage of the 2 or 3 times higher returns of private credit as an alternative or complement to bonds. What the heck is a private credit? This cannot be a new thing. I've heard about private equity, which I believe is a type of loan that billionaires use in order to avoid paying taxes on capital gains. How new rule changes allow individual investors to own a piece of the major professional sports teams, from MLB to NBA to NHL to MLS, and benefit from them fantastically driven asset class. What? Mark Cuban, what? How to invest in the energy evolution and ride the wave of trillions in global investments. Personally, in the last year, I've had what I'd call a run-in with solar, and I concluded that the amount of money that is going into alternative energy sources toward the future is completely insane. So there's that, and how investments in private real estate can work as an inflationary hedge and source of tax-efficient income. Private real estate as opposed to public real estate? You can tell how little I know about some of these things. He does cover a lot in his other books. Thankfully, this book is only 11 hours compared to the 23-hour odyssey that was Life Force, but he still probably has quite the bone to pick with this. How many of the world's greatest investors thrive in good times and bad? What is the release date of this book? The hardcover, audiobook, Kindle, and CD versions of The Holy Grail Investing by Tony Robbins all come out on February 13th, 2024. So mark your calendars, folks. Checking out this book, I'm certain is worth it. I will make sure to review it, and I'll drop a link to my review of his previous book, Life Force, in the description. But February 13th, I don't know what kind of message it might be to get it for your partner as a Valentine's Day gift. Here, honey, your presents suck. You can read this and get your money right so you can get me something better next year. Oh, gosh. I really hope my wife doesn't see this. All right, so that is The Holy Grail of Investing by Tony Robbins. And that's what we know about it so far. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this book? Have you checked out his previous book, Life Force? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. But if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on the notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.